Oh, yeah. So who can do one push-up? Cool. Who can do two push-ups? All right. So you can do this. Now, this is the only thing I'm going to ask you. If you start doing this, right, on your knees, you have to, if you start doing it on your toes, you have to finish it on your toes until you give up. Okay? So we're going to do two push-ups. Okay? Two push-ups.
Yeah, there's a catch. Go on your knees.
Well, there's never a catch. Do you guys like? So have you chosen which one? Okay. So pick your. You can do forearms if you want to. You can do knees, or you can do up. Okay. Well, push up forearms. Yes, you just go down. Right. All right. You ready? Okay. So I read this book. You stand up. You're going down. Okay, it's going to take 30 seconds to go down. Just go down. Down. You're not, just go down a little bit. Just a little bit. Counting to 30. Not down yet. You're not down. You're too far down. You're going too fast. It's called the art of slow. Think about it for a second. Should be going down. Almost there. Almost there. Now we're going up. No. You're going slow. 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 10 seconds. 15 seconds. A little slower. You're not quite there yet. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. Should be almost up. Up. Now we're going to go down again. Another 30 seconds. Going down, going down, going down, going down. Why is life so fast? Everything happens in the transitions. In the art of slow. Slow. Nobody's watching my videos, I can tell. Because I did this yet. Almost there. 5 seconds. Now you're going back up. Back up. Slow. That was only 5 seconds. 20 seconds. Alrighty. So who could do two push-ups? Who feels that? So, sorry, I'm out of breath. The art of slow. We sell timesheet software, right? We think a minute's not long. How long was that?
About
8 hours.
That was long, wasn't it? Right? That was long. You're going to feel that tomorrow. So we believe that going to the gym, rushing, running, thousands of miles, or going on a bike or swimming thousands of miles will get us in shape. Actually, all you need to do is slow down. What I did there is ripped your muscles, right? It took 2 minutes. Think about that for a second. We live in a world where fast, right, is rewarded. Ever wonder why? Because we want you to go fast. We want you not to think. We want you not to slow down. We want you to actually do as you're told. And we believe the race is won when we go fast. Actually, the race is won when you go slow. If you look at all the great innovators, the great scientists, the great people who moved the world, they spent time walking in the woods. They spent time sitting under a tree. They spent time by themselves. They spent time slowing down, right? It's harder to slow down than it is to speed up. I just proved it to you, right? So time, right? is eternal if you actually spend time thinking about thinking. If you spend time thinking about thinking. I've been reading these great books. Actually, I'll start over. I'll go back, and I had for those of you who follow me on Facebook, I had a question last week. And the question, I love questions because, you know, if you go to school and you're taught how to do a push-up, for example, right? Then you're just memorizing something else, somebody else's view, right? But if I'm asking you a question, then I'm making you think. I'm making you evolve. I'm making you change, right? So I love questions. Questions are beautiful. It's a beautiful way to actually change the way you are today to something else, right? Learning is just a skill. Asking a question is evolution. So the question I asked last week is, would you vote for me? Now I have 1,500 friends on Facebook. 80 chimed in. It's a pretty low turnout for the polls, I thought. So I'm not running. And I wasn't in my intention is not to run for a political party or to put myself as a candidate. My question was just, would you vote for me? And I specifically said, I represent no party, I have no platform, I'm just asking if you would vote for me. Out of those 82 that chimed in, approximately 72 of you, whoever you voted, said yes, which was interesting. But about 10 or so said no, unless you have a platform or a party. And I thought that was kind of interesting. It was interesting because I thought, unless we understand why we vote for people, how can we ever change? So I started reading books about politics and governments. And so I'm reading this book about our history. And it's dating back in the 1960s. It's with Noam Chomsky and Northam Fry and all these great thinkers of the time. And the interesting thing is they're having the same debate that we're having today. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed because we keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's the only conclusion I can come up with. If it was a change, then we would be doing something different, right? This province hasn't changed because we keep doing the same thing over and over again. And which brings me back to, would you vote for me? So how do we vote? How do we vote? How do we choose who we're going to vote for? And who are these candidates, right? And my test was more about, okay, should you have enough friends on Facebook in order to present yourself as a candidate? How do we choose these candidates? And how do we know that they have character? Because most of the people who said yes were voting because they knew me. If we vote mostly because we know someone, and we vote no because we don't know you, right? Then we're going to vote against someone. And that's how we vote. We vote against people that don't believe us. We vote against people that don't have the same views. We vote against people that don't have the same beliefs that we do. Because we believe that the government's role is to basically support our individual views. And that's how we fail. That's not the government role. It's not to support our individual views, but to support the basically views of the population, not our views. So it got me thinking maybe the best way to vote for our candidates would be to know who they are and to vote for character. So then my next post all the week was about conscious minds. And it's bringing me back to today's talk, right? What is a conscious mind? So today I made you reset exercise. I made you rethink the way you're doing exercise by going slower, right? I made you think about something different than you were thinking about. And that's the conscious mind. It's about thinking while you're thinking. That's being conscious. And if we voted for the conscious mind, the person who actually has the ability to say, am I right or am I wrong? maybe we'd be a different place today than we are right now. Maybe if we voted for people who had character, had the ability to say, I'm wrong. The ability to say, I messed up. And I know better today than I did tomorrow. And today, but tomorrow, I may change my mind again. How many candidates do you know who do that, right? So I wanted to talk about this because we are in an election, but most importantly that we are in a new year coming up. And I'm really happy that most of us, about 60% of us this year, will go on training, right? That's pretty amazing. 60% of us have decided to go, get more training on our skill set. So I was really, really happy about that. I was a bit sad though. I was a bit sad because no one is actually going to invest in their personal development. Personal development. I met this wonderful man last week, and he was telling me that he just came back from a course where he cried, he lost his mind, he reset his life. This guy was 45 years old, and he works for NB Power. And I asked him, did NB Power pay for this training, this weekend away to reset your soul, to re-look at your life? And he said yes. And I thought that was magical. It's magical because we believe that by getting better at our skill set, we'll get faster at our lives. And that's a fallacy. By being better at your skill set, you'll get better at your skill set. You will not necessarily get better at our lives, right? So I would like you to consider this year in looking at things that will perfect your personal mindset, that will dig deep inside of you and questions the thing that you question the most. Your fear, your anger. Why are you mad? Why are you angry? Why are you never wrong? Because I've been wrong. I'm willing to admit it. It makes me a better person, I believe, because I can admit it. I don't admit it too often. I should admit it more. And I think it's more of a guy thing than it is a girl thing. I'm not sure. But however, I would like you to consider going further in your personal development. So I've chosen my personal development this year. I'm choosing my training this year. And it's taking a yoga teacher training. Not to become a teacher of yoga, but to deepen my understanding of why I think the way I think. So there's lots of these things around. Diane, my wife, just took a whole weekend to be by herself. A weekend of solitude in Prinaho, right? Walking in the woods, thinking, meditating, right? Reading great books. These are difficult things to do. You're slowing down your life to nothing. There's no distraction, there's no phone, there's no Facebook, there's no friends. There's nobody there to love you except yourself. I want you to slow down. Because if you slow down your life and you start thinking about why you're thinking, you're going to break your brain just like I broke your muscles this morning. That's the art of being slow. In Praise of Being Slow is a book I just read. It's amazing, right? That's all I have for today. Thank you. Oh, yes. So this week, Saturday. Yes, there's an event. I think some of you are coming. It's called Level Up. My title, I think, is going to be about culture and how to push our community, how to push our culture. A little hint about that is we think we all live in a city, and because we live in a city, that this is our community. Not true. Just because you live here doesn't make this your community. This becomes your community when you start to invest in it, when you start to pick up the garbage, when you start to care for your neighbor, when you start to actually walk around and say hi to people, right? That becomes a community. I'll be talking about that, culture, and the way that culture should be working in our communities on Saturday at Level Up. It's in Dieppe. You can buy your tickets online. We'll tag you, and I hope to see you guys there.